Hey, I didn't tune my guitar yet. I'm going to do that while I tell you Happy Tuesday. Um, One of the geeky things that I do in my life, of which there are many, happens on Tuesday evenings, and I'm excited about it. Around here at our house, Michelle and I watch a show on the Travel Channel called The Curse of Oak Island. If you don't know anything about The Curse of Oak Island, then if you don't have anything to do tonight while you're trying to pass time, they usually play either an old episode or kind of an enlarged episode at 8 o'clock, and then the main show is at 9 o'clock. And you can go back, they've got them on demand on the History Channel app and on the website, and or if you use any other kind of TV like we use Sling at our house, you can go watch The Curse of Oak Island. It's an island in Nova Scotia where they think that someone hid a treasure a few hundred years ago, maybe even the Knights Templar. And if you like thinking about history and art and treasure, it's a neat thing. It's an unscripted TV show, but it's not dramatic like a lot of the TV shows. It's actually worth watching if you like people taking kind of a scientific approach to solving an old mystery. You can Google Oak Island and read all about it. People have been searching for the treasure there for over 200 years. FDR was on a team one time that went looking for treasure there, and there have been several other people of fame that have been involved over the years. So anyway, that happens on Tuesday nights, and I'm always excited on Tuesday nights to get to watch that. My sunburn has mostly gone away from yesterday. I generally turn brown pretty quickly, but I got myself pretty good, and all of the brisket was delicious. We ate it last night for dinner, and then Elsa and I made brisket and eggs this morning, and then I think Colin made himself some, and then we had brisket again for lunch, so we're going to have to freeze the rest now, or we may turn into briskets around here. So we'll have plenty of that for later. I'm going to sing a song, an old hymn, that's from that childhood hymn book of mine that I showed you not long ago today, called There Shall Be Showers of Blessing. I looked in our Presbyterian church hymnal where we go now, and it's not in there. So I don't know if this is an old evangelical hymn. I don't know what kind of church you grew up at. This is in B flat, and it's actually in 6/8. Comes out feeling kind of like a fast waltz. You know how 6/8 times are. But the guitar will go kind of by quickly, but the words themselves, the lyrics, aren't too terribly fast. So if you don't know them, look up "Showers of Blessings." This is just a good old song I remember from my childhood. B flat, and all we're going to use is the 1 chord, the 5 chord, the 4 chord, and then there's a secondary dominant in here. You'll hear it coming if you're one of the musicians. So in the key of B flat. There should be showers of blessing. This is the promise of love. There should be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessing, showers of blessings we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. There should be showers of blessing, precious reviving again, over the hills and the valleys, come the abundance of rain. Showers of blessing, showers of blessings we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. Showers of blessing, showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. There's 5 or 6 verses of that song, depending on which hymnal you look in. But I just love that old song. It's got a great feel to it, and really it reminds me right now that people's prayers are going up and their hopes and their wishes for springtime to come and the warm air to come and to kill off some of this coronavirus is kind of what we hear about it. It doesn't like the warm. We had actually heard, and I don't know, I'm going to look around, but there are no medical people inside the office here with me, but we had heard one report that said the coronavirus doesn't like warm air so much that if you went home after you thought you had been exposed and turned your hair dryer on and blew it towards your nose and breathed in that hot air, that it might kill the coronavirus in your nose. That is not me telling you that that is a good medical recommendation. I'm just telling you that's one of the interesting things that we read. There are good ideas and bad ideas, and real information and bad information and disinformation all over the place, just like there has been for all of humanity. Some people are saying the truth on accident. Some people are saying the truth on purpose. Some people are saying bad information on accident. Some people are saying bad information on purpose. Trust and look around and get your information from the right place. That's going to lead me into Larry's motivational connection for the day. Larry quotes William James today, who said, "Belief creates the actual fact." Larry goes on to add this: before any thought morphs into an alternative fact, go with the CDC. Wash your hands, avoid your face, social distance, stay at home, says Larry. He's right. You know, I try not to be too political, and I'm not going to be now. But it's hard for people in elected positions to put politics completely aside and to try to find some form of altruistic communication where all they're saying is the facts. And the other problem is there are a lot of people that think that they know and understand the facts completely, and they don't. Here's my only recommendation: listen to the doctors. When there's a doctor on TV, when there's a scientist on TV, listen to those people. I like to watch Dr. Fauci. If you've seen him, he's an infectious disease specialist. He's a straight shooter, and I think he's a smart man. Those are the types of people to listen to. Listen to your family doctors. Just try to get good information. And I had a professor in college, Dr. Meyer. Dr. Meyer used to say all these rules about life. And Rule 16B, which I will never forget, he would say Rule 16B is that any piece of paper will lay perfectly still for anyone to write anything on it. And what he meant was, don't believe everything you read. Just because it's been written down doesn't make it the truth. That's the same with any kind of media or information. Just because somebody bothered to put it out there somewhere does not make it the truth. Use your brain. Try to find information from experts, not from just the people that talk the loudest out there. You can apply that whether you're liberal or conservative. I always tell the kids the truth is usually somewhere in the middle of the people screaming on both sides of an issue. So use your brains, look around. That's the best political and probably religious advice that I can give you. The song that I want to sing today that reminds me that I miss my friends is a song that's Michelle, my wife's favorite, one of her favorites, called May All Your Favorite Bands Stay Together. But before I do that song, I promised you that I would show you some things from around my office, and a couple of people have reminded me of that. One of the things I like to do is collect history of things in Paoli, which is my hometown. So I keep searches set on eBay that let me know when things come up that have to do with history in Paoli and those sorts of things. And I've have a couple of things that I want to show you today. One of the things I actually got off of eBay is this really cool tape measure that, if you can see it, is from Cornwell and Company. Cornwell and Company was a business in Paoli that manufactured wood products, and they had offices all over the place. They were a pretty big deal back in the day, and I found this tape measure for sale on eBay, and I never spend any more than $5 to $10 on things that I buy. I don't really want to have a whole lot more in it than that, but this is just a lot of fun. If you know people that used to work at Cornwell's that would like to see something like this, I imagine this is from the 50s, if I was guessing. There's just some neat stuff out there. That sits in my history collection here in the office. Another really cool thing, one of my favorite pieces that sets in my history collection here in the office is this mug. My friend Larry, his family used to own a clothing store on the southwest side of the Paoli Square. And this is a mug that his dad, one of the advertising items that they'd ordered back in the day to give away to customers. This is even one of those things that used to stick on your dash. Do you remember those? You were supposed to peel that off and stick it up on your dash, and then this cup would actually come loose from the base, and then you'd put that back up there and turn it back in place, and it would keep your coffee safe. They gave these away. I'm guessing in the 70s. And Larry, we kind of went recently treasure hunting in the basement of that old building and found some cool things down there. And this is one of the things. So Holland's Menswear, store from my childhood that my mom and dad used to take me to. A lot of good memories, and my buddy Larry's family history. So that sits in my collection here in my office. And that actually sits right beside this mug. And this mug is made by our good friend Andy Gerber. Andy Gerber and Kara Schmidt bought the tomato factory that sits up on the hill there in Paoli, and they've turned it into a really cool space that they live in, but actually is a collaborative art space. Andy pots, and Kara teaches yoga classes, and he makes great bagels. And they've started with some friends this great festival called Paoli Fest, and they've brought old things back to life. So this mug is not old. Andy made it, but it is historic in the fact that it shows the old logo from the Tomato Products Company, and that's a place in my childhood that I used to walk past that place all the time. It was already closed then. But they're making great stuff. You can buy these up at Lost River Market. When you go in there, look around. These are a great buy, supports a local artist, and it's also just a great piece of history if you enjoy that stuff. So that's an important piece that also sets in my collection here. I'll show you some more stuff as we go on. All right, while I'm thinking about friends and not being able to see them, and all of these mugs reminded me of my friends that I've not seen for a while and the old things of my childhood home, here's a song. I think the band that sang this is called Daws, D-A-W-S. Michelle may correct me later, or if one of you are familiar with it. May all your favorite bands stay together. I'll see if I can remember all the words to it, but you can look this one up, and I'm just going to play this one in the key of G. Late night drives and hot French fries and friends around the country, from Charlottesville to good old Santa Fe. When I think of you, you still got on that hat that says let's party. I hope that thing is never thrown away. I hope that life without a chaperone is what you thought it'd be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. Well, I just woke up and I'm not thinking clearly, so don't quote me. With one eye open, I'm writing you this song. Ain't it funny how some people pop into your head so easily? I haven't seen you in here for so long. I hope that life without a chaperone is what you thought it'd be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. I hope the world sees the same person person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. Hey, have fun while you're in isolation thinking about your old friends from high school all the way to now. We'll get to be together soon. Have a good rest of Tuesday. Hey, remember Oak Island tonight, History Channel.